The first 3 minutes can decide win, lose the whole laning phase, and as we know, winning the laning phase can a lot of the times mean win the game. Think of those moments when you play the carry, you get behind and then it's GG, BG, you can't do anything. You have no influence, you can't really do damage, you can't really be relevant. My name is Peyz with a track record of coaching over 3,659 players with ranks between Iron and Challenger. Here is what I've accomplished with my client. Right here you can see Silver 1 to Emerald 4 in 1 month time with 1 coaching session. This guy right here got to Grandmaster in NA after when the first coaching session we've done, he was hard stuck in Diamond 2. Alex right here, he was Gold 4 1 year and a half ago and he got to Grandmaster 800 LP peak after the coaching session. Here is his master account after just being a gold player a year and a half ago. If you're serious about getting better and improving in the game, you should go ahead to Peyz.com and book your own personalized coaching session. Why is it important? Well, when the first wave meet each other, you want to get level 2 first so you get HP and minion wave advantage. You will see that your lane phase is going to become very smooth and you will set up kills a lot easier and win the game a lot faster. So we will look at the most 3 important things that any pro player thinks about, and that is the wave management, 2 is trading and matchup understanding, and 3 is the macro decisions that will include 1 positioning, 2 spacing, and 3 itemization. So let's take a look at Viper, Gumayusi, and Peyz, what they do, how they do it, and how they win so fast. So the first thing that he does when he's going in the laning phase, he's trying to get the push. Why does he do it? Well, it's really important to actually understand that when you play bot lane, getting control of the wave is very important, especially because again his matchup is Ezreal into Kai'Sa, Leona, and he also has a Nautilus. We know that both supports are quite similar in terms of how much power they can have at level 1, but Ezreal can get pushed pretty easy since his passive gives him 10% attack speed every time he hits his Q. So what does Viper do right now? What can we see on the screen? It's very simple. So he applied the 3 rules that I was talking about in the beginning. So in the beginning, he identified his matchup as being, I need to push, I need to control the laning phase, and I need to zone them. I know that Ezreal is able to get push over the Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa, since she has the Q, she has a good push. So the matchup understanding of Viper was amazing. He knew exactly what to do in this matchup, and he knew that he needs to try to go for poke and zoning, but to do that he needs to control the wave. This is why he's constantly hitting the wave in the beginning. He's trying to obviously pressure a bit of Leona here with some auto attacks, just because Leona is melee, and after he gets the push, like right now, he knows he has the push, so he's stopping he stopped himself from pushing. He's zoning. A lot of the AD carries will like push, Uga Buga push, Uga Buga push, keep pushing, but Viper understood exactly why he needs the push and how he can actually abuse the fact that he has more minions on his side, as we can see it on the screen. So 1, he understood his matchup really well and he knew how the support matchup works, but also how the AD carry matchup works. 2, his minion wave manipulation was absolutely amazing. He got the push very easy and he hit the minions constantly. And 3, after he gets the push, he knows that he needs to zone, he needs to last hit, and he doesn't need to push the wave too hard. As we can see right here, these are the main things that he did. In this specific case, he's, as we can see, in a pretty greedy position. The position of the wave right now is actually pretty bad. Why? Is because it's close to the tower. So what he does right now, he knows that the enemy team has a full clear jungle right here. So if we can press tab and see, so they actually have a Lee Sin. So what he's going to do right now, since he's 247, it's pretty unlikely that he's going to get ganked, especially because the body language of the Leona, as we can see, is bad. He's going to go for a ward. So these are all the rules that Viper applied in terms of wave management, getting control of the lane early on, but not pushing too hard. After you get the minion lead, you zone. Second of all, matchup understanding. He knows exactly in a vacuum Ezreal against Leona, but he also knows support very, very, very well. And rule number 3, he knows when to go forward and he's always constantly checking the jungle tracking. Obviously, the bonus is that he does not leash, which helps a lot in this case. So let's take a look at what Gumayusi is doing, similar with Viper as well. You have it on your screen, Gumayusi, Jinx, one of the best, if top 3 AD carries, as I said. So Guma, Viper, and Peyz, they're Some people will rate some of them a little bit worse. Some people say that, like, they're better. Gumayusi. So what did Viper apply? He got pushed early on. Now we're actually seeing the Jinx into the MF. So what is he gonna do when he's getting in the lane? He will try to get the push with his rockets, as we can see right here. Very easy. But as you can see, he doesn't actually push it faster than he should. Look at this. So he's trying to get the push. He's trying to kill the minions, but he knows that MF doesn't actually have a great push. He knows that Maokai level 1 is very weak. So pay attention to what he does with this Jinx. He's more around, like, after he gets a few auto attacks extra on the minions compared to the enemy AD carry, all what he does is looking to last hit and zone. Look, he's zoning, last hitting, and then after his last hitting, because he created this minion advantage, he's actually walking up to poke. It's very simple. Viper does it, Guma does it, Peyz does it, every challenger player on AD carry do it. Look at Gumayusi here, and this is Miss Fortune. It's a very strong champion early on, but since he gets the push, he got control of the lane. Miss Fortune has 2 farm, and Gumayusi is going to keep zoning. So what did he do? First of all, he had a very good matchup understanding that Maokai early on is super weak, Alistar early on is super weak. Then he actually had a super good minion wave manipulation, as we can see right here. He knew exactly when to push, he knew exactly when to crush, he knew exactly what to do with the wave. And as we can see, he's gonna keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. In this case, he doesn't even go for a word like Viper, because he sees the Shaco dying on a lane. So now what he's gonna do is gonna keep pushing and keep on zoning, keep pushing and keep on zoning. We can see that the enemy MF has 9 farm, which is very embarrassing when you play Miss Fortune against Jinx. And what Guma is gonna do is gonna keep pressuring. He's gonna try to push. After he creates this minion advantage, then he goes to punish again. It's that simple. He does it on repeat. And when he sees Shaco in the jungle, as we can see right here, he pushes the wave, he goes for a word, easy peasy, and after that he does it on repeat again. What is he gonna do? Since he's actually so safe of the enemy jungle, MF is screwed. He's gonna keep the wave there and zone. Keep the wave there and zone. Get control of the wave, zone. 1, good matchup understanding. 2, really good wave management. 3, super good vision and overall macro on how does he position it himself, when does he go for a word, when does it. So he knows exactly what to do in the first 3 minutes. And now we see that he gets a lead. And obviously if we actually go skyrocket to the 10 minutes mark, we see that his lead actually became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is just the first step. First 3 minutes is the first step and one of the most important things in the laning phase, if not the most important thing in the laning phase, the first 3 minutes. Let's see right now Peyz, what he does, how he does it, and why is he also a top level AD carry. You have it on your screen. Peyz, Kai'Sa with Pyke. It's gonna be a matchup against Rell and Samara. So the first thing is that they don't leash. Obviously they stay into the brush, and in this matchup remember that level 1 they are super weak. Pyke is actually a relatively strong champion level 1. Rell is not bad. It's just Samara is super weak until level 3. Level 2 she's reasonable, but since she's a champion so reliant on getting level 3, Kai'Sa or Peyz, they know it. Kai'Sa is super strong level 1, Pyke is pretty strong level 1, and Samara Rell they are weak. So what we can see right here that Peyz does that Viper and the other AD carries didn't do is that Peyz is actually understanding the matchup, as in I don't need to push, I have the push by default because I'm Kai'Sa. I'm gonna just walk up and zone them because anyway Samara is so weak level 1, they will never get the push. So let me go walk up and like try to auto attack you. As we can see, this is what Peyz did right here. Of course, you don't want to lose push. So if Samara hits the minions a lot and Qs the minions, you also want to do it. But we can see that the Peyz right here is 1, he's staying close to his support right here. So in case he goes for a hook, he's going to be able to follow. So the positioning of him is extremely good. 2, he understands the matchup extremely well. He knows exactly if he should push, if he should get control of the wave. But in this specific case, there is no control of the wave. He has it already because of the matchup. So he's walking up and he's just staying close to the Pyke. Do you guys see this? He's still staying close to the Pyke. He's going to trade a little bit and he doesn't push. He just keeps the wave here. He actually makes the aggro, like he drops the aggro into the brush, but he's also using the brush as a source of pressure. He stays with the Pyke into the brush, and it's super scary when you see Kai'Sa going out of the brush and then Kai'Sa going into the brush, just because if you don't have vision inside of that specific brush, it's gonna be super scary for you to play. And check out the Peyz right here. He just zones. He didn't need to hit the minions level 1. He has the push because he understood the matchup extremely well. And now the only problem would be the jungle, which is a Graves. And even if Viper and Gumayusi, they crash the third wave, if you guys saw, he doesn't need to crash the third wave because Rel and Samara are very weak, and if Graves is gonna gank, he knows exactly that if his spike is gonna hit Ignite and Hook, they will do 2 versus 3. So in this specific case, he has a very deep understanding about his limits, because these are the players that they always play off the edge. And now he doesn't push, he just zones them. Every time when Samara goes for a minion, he tries to pressure. And then now, since the wave is pretty screwed and he doesn't know where is the jungle, the chances of him getting ganked now after 240 increases significantly, because, you know, any jungle can do, or almost any jungle can do 3 camps into bot lane. So that's going to be around 235, usually 245, but this is Korea, so people optimize their clearing very, very well, and the Grace could be earlier here. So this is why Peyz is pushing, because of the enemy jungle. If it was a Shyvana in the enemy team, he wouldn't push this because he knows he can 2v3, and he knows Shyvana goes for full clear. But them being a Graves, and them having a Graves, he just looks to push very hard. And the reason why he doesn't go for a ward is because he has vision on the Graves right here on mid lane. So he keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. So he knew wave management. He knew his matchup. Okay, so he didn't need to get control of the lane by hitting the minions in this specific matchup. 2 is that he knew exactly when he should push and when he should crush based on the jungle tracking that he does. But he also has like great map awareness on where is the jungle, and if the jungle is there on mid lane, then he doesn't need to push. This Samara has 13 farm, he has 18. It's a 4 minions lead in 3 minutes, which in Korea, in Challenger, it is a relatively nice to have this lead super early on. So this is how these players do it, and they all have similarities, as you guys can see, depending a little bit on the matchups. So this is what you can do in your ranked game as well.